Thank you for listening to another episode of HUGS Foundation and our war against sex trafficking here and around the world. San Antonio, Texas is becoming one of the major hubs, and we're starting to lose the battle. So to combat this more effectively, we started making films. The films educate by entertainment. They're dramas. Our first one, The Warriors of Yeshua. We're in the middle of it right now. And what we're doing is a little bit different than most of your sex trafficking films. The first half shows all the various techniques the way girls get lured and abducted into the sex trafficking trade. Then we start changing the film slightly, and we show all the horrible ways pimps die because they're violating a very, very scriptural principle. And if you don't mind me paraphrasing, in Matthew 18, verse 6, it's better for you to commit suicide than hurt a child of the living God. So our film, in it, we have two angels, and what their position is, they actually go after sex traffickers. We have husbands and fathers of sex trafficked girls tracking these pimps down. The men have got to learn, don't be boys at the expense of girls. There's nothing great about paying for sex. It just means you're a loser and can't get a date. And our films are really, there's no cussing, of course there's no graphic violence, and of course no sex. But they are strong to show the world out there what is going on, what parents can do about it, and guys, keep your hands off girls. You know, be a man. So the first I'm going to turn over to my movie director. And when you make a film, there's a lot you have to contend with. Our main leading actor got run over by a car walking home. So we have to reshoot the whole first third of the film. And do keep in your prayers. His name is Victor. He'll take about 8 months therapy. But Jamar, talk about our first little scene here as the film opens up.
Hello everybody, my name is Jomer, and like what my partner and friend said, that yes, making a film is not as easy as we thought it was going to be, but our actor, he did great, you know, so a lot of this film is going to be dedicated for him too, and Godspeed on his recovery. But now we're going to play a small clip, an intro clip of one of our scenes, and this is called The Attempted Escape. And that's our title right there, Warriors of Yeshua. As you can see, that we begin the film with captured already, but each of these girls have lives to tell. And that's how we're going to break this down. Ken, why don't you describe what these girls have to go through?
Girls in here. You gonna come over or what?
These girls, they're tortured, they're beaten, they're mentally abused. It's so far that many of them don't escape because of the Stockholm effect. It's a psychological breakdown. They actually belong to the abductor. This girl here is one that tries to escape. The escape rate is very low. In fact, if one girl is abducted, your chance of getting her back, according to the FBI, is 0.5%. And of that percent, 20% are not alive. So it's something we really need to get a hold of. Like Mothers Against Drunk Drivers, they had an uphill battle like we do. And that's what we're trying to do, is fight this thing by educating the girls and the parents and warning the pimps, the pedophiles, and other perverts, you know, leave these girls alone. There are repercussions. And this is a scene here. We did one of our first scenes of a little girl who managed to escape only to be caught again. And it's a cute little girl. We have professional actors all the way down to those that have never acted before. They're all volunteers. The film is not to make money for money's sake, but to fund the HUGS Foundation's battle against sex trafficking. It's a 501c3 nonprofit. And these girls actually are sisters here. And the one is watching her sister escape. In the film, they're not sisters, but I really appreciate everybody that's worked so hard to make this film a success.
That's right. You know, the psychological effects that these girls have to endure, you know, it varies. So you can just imagine, you know, our actors, they try to portray the best they can what the girls in real life have to go through. So, you know, sometimes a little bit of consultation helps. And as you can see in your screen right now, that some of the escape that they try to do, it may not end up being an escape. As a matter of fact, as you can see, as it's still playing,
Thank you so much.
we'll let it play.
Sir, what are you doing? This is where I came. This is where they're at.
No.
You have to turn around.
No, this is the right way.
No, I know my directions. I know this is towards them.
Honey, you're gonna be fine. This is the right way.
No, it's not. Get me out of here.
No, this is the right way. We're
No.
going right.
No, this isn't. Get me out of here. I don't know. What are you doing? You said you would help me.
You know, sometimes you just don't learn. I'm gonna have to teach you girls a lesson to see what happens when you escape.
No! No! Get me out of here! Let me go! No! Let me out!
Okay, and if you can pause for a little bit, the next short clip that we're about to show, Ken, why don't you let them know that in front of their house, things could happen very bad.
We actually did a lot of research because HUGS has been doing this since 1968. And one scene, grandmother had a little child out in the front lawn playing. The phone rang. She went in to answer it. And less than 20 seconds, a car came. And these pimps and pedophiles are very brilliant. And they said, help us find our lost puppy.
Little girl, I lost my puppy. Will you help me find my puppy?
That disarms the child. Sure. And in less than 20 seconds, the girl was in the car and the car took off. Because in our film, the grandma's smart enough, she grabbed a cell phone, took a picture of the plate. Her brother is a senator who is ex-CIA, and you can fill in the blanks from there. They got the girl.
So yes, people, these things do happen in front of your house. Go ahead and play that clip if you can, Rose. That scene, continue it.
Okay, this is another scene quite similar. If you had your stopwatch on, it only takes them less than a minute or two to abduct a girl, whether it's a small girl like the first one I talked about, or a teenager, women, and it's getting really, really out of control. We need to be careful. We need to warn our kids. We need to train them. I like to deviate just for 1 second. We have thousands and thousands of these brochures financed by the Rotary Club, North Central Rotary Club of San Antonio. It goes all the way into all the different ways that they are abducted, how you can help your child. One thing I'd like to show you, that a lot of psychologists and psychiatrists didn't realize, when a child is abducted, the frontal cortex of the brain stops maturing. It takes about up to 24 years of age for it to be mature. Abducted girls' cortex is 20% smaller than a normal child's. And I really shouldn't say the word normal, or a child that hadn't been abducted. What that means is that cognitive skills stop. When she's 40, 50 years old, she's still a 12-year-old as far as social skills. And the damage to these girls are totally unbelievable. So I'd like to go into the next scene, and do pray about our film. It's again, it's a little different than most of them. It is strong, but it was without the gore. But we're trying to cover the whole base. We have over 100 actors, actresses. We have people that have been abducted. We have women that have been abused by their husbands. So some of our people in the film have been there, done that. And it makes our film give that little racer's edge.
Okay, now, so, yes, our film has public awareness in it. We take the HUGS Foundation stats of the tactics that these kidnappers use to lure these children. So we take those stats and we embed it in our film. But along with the public awareness, we also tie in a little bit of sci-fi, where the entertainment comes from. And here, we're about to play the next one called The Levitation. And this, of course, our producer does like to act. Camera rolling. So take a look at it. Camera B rolling. Go back down again. Go ahead. Quiet on the set, everybody. Yeah, because she's heavenly now. What you're seeing here is that we're putting a little bit of sci-fi for the entertainment-wise, so that this is also public awareness with entertainment. And here we're using like intricate editing to where we're gonna have some ghosts. We're gonna, as you can see, the transparent. Ken plays as an angel, Angel Raphael. He will become into that transparent ghost, and this is how he gets revenge with these traffickers. When he turns all black, as you can see it, that's when he goes through walls and makes these revenge for those traffickers that does not deserve any second chance. Ken?
That's one of our beautiful scenes. The scene actually ends. I really appreciate the Police Department of Floresville, Wilson County Sheriff's Department, the Selma Police Force, Shirts EMS unit, the Selma Fire Department. We have a lot of wonderful people that are volunteers. It's all volunteers. Of course, HUGS Foundation, some of us are in the film, and we have tons of experience since, again, '68 in South America, in Asia, and of course, America. And the next scene is one I really like doing, and it shows, there is a little mercy in the film. Not much to people that mess with kids, but this is one of the few scenes that a guy, we actually gave him a second chance.
Yes. So what you're going to see on this one is it's Ken again. He did capture. He got his hands on one of these traffickers. And now they go for a joyride, is what I like to call it.
Tell me, busted him out of jail.
At first, but what you didn't get to see is that they came from the Floresville, which we are so proud that the Floresville department helped us in making this film. And now that he got him, I want you to take a look at this. It's called The Execution.
How many? Get up. You're gonna die. No. You lousy scum. You know what these girls are going through, huh? Now, how many girls you pimping, huh?
None.
How many times a week do they get
I don't
pimped?
do it.
How many times?
None.
Hold your girls, you pathetic pimp.
No.
Well, Mass Average is 14. What are yours, 10?
No, I don't
How many
pimp 'em.
times I raped
I don't
tonight?
pimp 'em
How many
now.
times?
That's the wrong person.
What do you do when they try to escape?
No,
do you
I
torture
don't
them? Do you
do
kill
anything.
them? What?
No, none of them are
You
mine.
need to die, boy.
No. No, I'm not gonna die, please.
Kill him.
Please don't kill me, no. Please. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. I can change. Please. Have mercy on me.
Okay, so on that part right there, okay, like I said, behind the scenes, even just making that scene right there, that wasn't easy to do. Ken, what about our actor right there, Tim Volanik? What do you got to say about Tim?
Tim is a really nice guy, very good, close friend of mine. He never acted before, like some of them haven't. And even myself, I never acted before either. I'm not an actor. But we had to go over and over and over, cut. That took us 4 Saturdays, believe it or not. Sometimes it was raining, sometimes it slipped and fall, all kinds of stuff goes on. But it's a lot of fun. And I really am privileged to work with over 100 actors and actresses, a film crew. Again, it's all volunteer. It's a fundraising film to help HUGS, all of us. And we really need a lot of help. Public awareness we need a lot more. A lot of women and men and children don't realize date rape, drugs, very popular. Beaten housewives, some of the husbands are pillars of the community. Some of the pimps, they make up to $600,000 per girl. One said, buy a girl for $10,000, you'll make that money back in a week. Unfortunately, and I'm very embarrassed to say, that a lot of your legal system, they'll let a pimp out on, say, $20,000 bond. They make that a day. To them, it's a joke. They take the girls, move to another town.
I thought you moving your skirts around.
If you've been doing your job, you wouldn't be in this situation.
I'm very ashamed of Backpage.com. That is the biggest way that girls are sold in the United States of America. You put in San Antonio escorts, there they are. And another thing too, a girl may be 12, the average age is only 14. They go down 3 years old all the way up. It's sick and getting sicker. And they'll take an underage girl. On Backpage, they'll have an 18-year-old girl. And they have their little codes that pimps and pedophiles know, hey, that's underage. So the battle is a tough one. I'm very proud of Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. They're my heroes because they did it. We can do it. The battle can be won. And I'm proud of Jamar and my film crew. They really work very hard. None of us are full-time. It's all volunteer. And I'd like to have you say a little bit about the trials and tribulations of making a film.
Yes, sometimes being a director, I realized there are more scenes to film in behind the scenes. Making a film has its a movie itself. You go through all these dramas, all these miscommunication. Sad to say, people have to get run over just to make a film. But as a matter of fact, for volunteer-wise, I met a nice lady in Hollywood. Her name is Stanzi Stokes. Okay, she believed in this cause, and she met Ken as well. What did you think about Stanzi?
Stanzi is really a wonderful, wonderful lady. She was casting director of the first Terminator, was it Bill and Bob's Great Adventure,
Yes.
Night of the Living Dead, and she flew here and volunteered to be an actress in one of our films. And the film scene of the little girl, she's the grandmother of the girl that got abducted, and a tremendous actress in her own right. And Stanzi, if you see this, thank you very much. And we want to show just a little clip of Stanzi Stokes. I met her through Jomer, and he contacted her, and she was kind enough to come to San Antonio and help us.
Okay, if you could play that Stanzi one, please.
Hi, I'm Stanzi Stokes. I'm a casting director and have been in the film business for over 30 years. I have cast such films as The Terminator, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Return of the Living Dead, which has a huge cult following. I met Jomer Delatre of Jomer Productions in Hollywood during Oscar week. And he followed us everywhere, documenting the week, gifting suites, red carpet events, everything that went on behind the scene. And this young man is amazing. I was so impressed when I saw what he did, how he films, he captures everyone so beautifully. His editing is amazing. He just puts it all together so beautifully. And he's not only an amazing videographer, photographer, he also designs book covers. He did this one for a upcoming film, Quest for Serendipity.
That is Stanzi Stokes right there, okay? She is in our film, and she is supporting the fight against human trafficking, and she also has a very warm and gentle heart. What are your thoughts about her in her scenes?
Well, all our actors and actresses are kind of nervous. I mean, you got a Hollywood celebrity coming in, and they were
They
totally
couldn't
mesmerized. I mean,
They
she's-
couldn't compare to that
Nah.
professionalism, right?
But I mean, she's so down to earth, made everybody feel at home, and our whole scenario is awesome. I have a professional Russian actress that just got here, that she's volunteering. I mean, from Russia, and I needed that particular actress. We have others that are professionals in the film, and again, it's one of those homespun films, from the professional to the amateur, that everybody works together. There's no big eyes they'll use. The film crew are very kind. You know, when you have to cut a scene, they do it in a nice way. You can tell you hurt their feelings, but they don't let on very well. And I think you're going to enjoy it. In the fall, in the latter part of October, first part of November, we're having a little mini Oscar that all of you are welcome to. It's going to be at Incarnate Words Sky Room. They'll seat 800 people, and they'll give best actors, best actresses, and it's going to be a lot of fun, live music, a lot of entertainment, and you're all welcome to come. You can contact us, by the way, through our Hugs Foundation, Ken Small at thehugsfoundation.org. And if the film itself, you can go to Jomer or myself at AngelMistProductions.org as well. Either Ken at AngelMist Productions, and yours is?
Yes, and we also have that 855-4WE-KNOW.
855-4WE-KNOW. And you contact us anytime you want. If you want literature on sex trafficking, we got thousands. If you're an organization or church, again, Northeast Rotary Club printed 15,000 of these.
Yeah.
We have all kinds of lectures with PowerPoints. We have a doctor on board, and he's worked around the world, Dr. Ray Beeman, part of our HUG staff. He can give you medical and psychological stuff that they go through. Any way we can help you, we'd be more than happy to do that. Again, this is a project of HUGS Foundation. AngelMist Production is its own little company, but it's supported by us to get the word out. And I can't stress enough, protect your children. They're your inheritance. Pimps, they're brilliant. If you met one, you'd want him to be your son-in-law if you didn't know he was a pimp. For one example, before we ran out of time, this girl met a guy, very, very gentlemanlike, and he asked her out for a date, and she agreed, and he said, well, let me meet your parents, you know, if you don't know me. So he met them, and very nice gentleman. When they left to go to the movies, one block down the road, he smashed her head in the windshield, injected her with heroin, and said, now I know the name of your father, your mother, and your kid's sister. If you don't pimp for me, I will kill them. Some of these girls actually live at home that are being pimped out, afraid for the life of their families. So again, be very, very careful with your children. Pimps and pedophiles, I think our laws are very lax. In the country of Sweden, they have won the battle. They make of John, a guy that pays for sex, 2-year jail term mandatory, the equivalent of a U.S. felony. And they treat the girls, they're not prostitutes, they're sex trafficked victims. You need to get that out of your head. They're not prostitutes. They don't make money. Prostitute makes money. These girls don't make a dime. They're beaten repetitively. If they try to escape, they give massive baths, they torture them. I'll save you the gore. But you need to get involved. What you don't do don't make you a Christian. It's what you do. So we got to get involved. Christian or non-Christian, fight for the children of America and around the world. Atlanta, Georgia just took the #1 spot away from Bangkok and from Amsterdam, is the capital city of sex trafficking in the world. Houston is now #2. I think San Antonio moved up to 7th place. America, we're worse than foreign countries. Don't pretend it's a foreign problem. It's our problem. It's the girl next door problem. And do you have any parting words?
So yeah, that is right. You know, and one of the tactics that we want to do to combat this is to educate the public through awareness, and by putting it into the media. So this is one of the reasons why we're making this film. Yes, you will be entertained, but pay attention to how these girls get lured, or how you people become a victim into this hideous crime. Yes, you're right about that. Before the time runs out, these pimps, they are like, they're your Rico Suave type of guys. They take you to the carnival. You know, as a matter of fact, we should thank Wagner's Carnival for allowing us to film there. That was a wonderful scene that we did on that one. You know,
They were very kind. In fact, I wish you could have been there. Our leading actor got sick on one of the rides, and we had to wait for about an hour and a half for him to recuperate. It was really funny. When you make films, they're really quite enjoyable, and everybody's so kind to him. You know, that was really funny on that.
yes, you know, like I said, making films is great, but you know, because we are driven by a cause, you know, and this is to fight these sex traffickers. But yeah,
if you'd like to come out and be a stand-in and fill in some, we need crowds. You know, be more than free to call us up, bringing kids. We have a nice scene coming up in Selma. And I really appreciate the communities. It's not because people don't care. They do care. They care a lot. I think it's just a matter of educating them more and going after the pimps and pedophiles. But from law enforcement to EMS services to the mayors of different towns, the mayor of Selma, I'm very appreciative of.
Yes.
He's a very kind man. And these are the guys to vote for. Vote for people that don't give you a bunch, for lack of a better word, pardon my French, BS. Go for guys that are really fighting it. I mean, talk's cheap. Find out their track records. Are they really after them? Are they not after them? And make a difference from your voting all the way to public involvement, support groups. There's many groups, good groups out there. ACAT, I'm very proud of. It's ICE, FBI, CPS, nonprofits. Myself, I'm a member of them. I'm very, very proud of them. Assistant Attorney General is a member, and police departments, the special task force units, different groups like this. Get behind them. It wouldn't hurt. Send them letters of support. Send them a card. Send them a birthday. If they see them in a restaurant, pay for their meal. I mean, let's get community involvement. And again, I am proud of Mothers Against Mad Drunk Drivers. They really inspire me. And they did it. They won their battle. It was an uphill battle. We can win our battle. It's your battle. It's everybody's battle. Fight for children. They're our inheritance. They're worth it. They're worth more than what we can do. And we fight this overseas again. We fight it here. Our teens have been in harm's way. All of us overseas are ex-military. And I lost 22 Americans behind me over 2 years ago. So it's not a nice thing to fight, but it's a worthwhile cause. So get behind us, get behind others, and I'll be bringing my director back. We'll show you other trailers.
With more scenes to come. So we thank you for watching. This is AngelMist Productions with Jomer Dulatre and Ken Small.
My name is Ken Small, and I am the co-founder and the CEO of HUGS Foundation. HUGS Foundation means helping you grow strong. And we help children in Africa, India, and the Philippines. Mainly we concentrate heavy in Mindanao and Cebu. And we provide free medical, we provide supplemental feeding and skills training to the destitute children, giving them hope and giving them a future. Also, we fight against sex trafficking. And by the way, there's 60,000 sex trafficked girls in Texas. These are Texas-born girls. 300,000 American children are lured and are abducted into this hideous and nefarious occupation. We find that the average age is only 13. They are beaten and they are forced to rape for profit 20 times a day. The life expectancy is only 4 to 7 years. In addition to this, we fight against synthetic drugs. Unfortunately, they're legalized. Some are 10 to 50 times more powerful than morphine. They're packaged by the Chinese in little packages designed for children, like Scooby-Doo, Superman, etc. They're sold in convenience stores, truck stops, and you can buy them legally on the internet. They're called designer drugs because every time the government will outlaw them, their chemist will make a small little change in the compound, and then they're legalized again. Or they call potpourri, or not for human consumption, written very, very fine. And it is a very terrible and a tragic thing that American youth are dying young and getting hooked on drugs legally. We're a little bit different than other organizations. The main concept is try to knock out supply and the demand. And we do this by